All right, here we go. So when is a solution infinite, no solution, or one solution? So if they have the same number next to the variable and they have the same constant, then it's going to be infinite solutions. So if it's exactly the same on both sides after you've simplified, then it is infinite solutions. Now, let's say it does not look exactly the same. Then you go to the secondary check, which is, do they have the same number next to the variable? So they're not exactly the same, but they have the same number next to the variable. That means there are no solutions. Then the last thing we're checking is they do not have the same number next to the variable. Then you have one solution. If the number next to the variable is different, at any time it has one solution after you've simplified. All right. Now we're going to do some literal equations. We're going to be solving for a specific letter. So in this one, we're going to be solving for A, just to keep some consistency. So for this one, we're going to be solving for A, leaving A by itself. A is multiplying with B, and we're adding C. So we're going to do the opposite, in the opposite order that it would happen to A. So we're going to be subtracting C. Right? Now we have AB equals D minus C. Because you can't actually do it, so it just looks like that. Then we're trying to leave A by itself. A is multiplying with B, so we're going to divide B and divide B. So now A is by itself, and it equals D minus C divided by B. And that's it. We'll do another one over here. We're trying to leave A by itself, so we're going to subtract the C. We're left with A divided by B equals D minus C. Then we're going to multiply by B, multiply by B. So A equals B times D minus C. That's it. All right. Now, what if you have a repeated letter that you're trying to solve for, right? So what happens here is I'm going to move everything to the correct side. So AB is going to stay over here. Minus AD, because I had to move it to the other side of the equal sign, it changes signs. So this plus C is going to become minus C, and then plus E, because I just moved it down. So if anything ever moves across the equal sign when you're moving things around, it causes the sign to change. So now I'm going to factor out the A, also called reverse distributive property. We're going to write A out here, and now inside the parentheses, there's B minus D equals negative C plus E, because I haven't done anything on this side. Now, there's only one A, because I factored it out. I divided it out. Okay, I reversed the distributive property. If I did the distributive property, I'd end up back to where this top one is. So now that there's only one A, I can just see A is multiplying with B minus D. So I'm going to divide by B minus D. Cancel, cancel. B minus D on the bottom, and we are done. A equals negative C plus E divided by B minus D. Now we're going to be solving some inequalities and graphing them fairly quickly. So here we're going to be solving for x just like we would normally. Okay, I'm going to add a negative over here to prove something else out. So now we're going to subtract 6. We're left with 5x is less than 30. Then we're going to divide by 5, and we're left with x is less than 6. All right, and we will graph this on a number line here. Let's say 6 is here, 7, 5. So you make a circle on 6, And it's going to stay open because x has to be less than 6, which means it cannot be 6. So it's just going to stay open. So all the numbers, so the answer could be any number less than 6. So less than 6. The arrow is pointing in the direction of all the numbers less than 6. All right. Here we go. If let me see, I'm going to add 2 to this side, add 2 to this side. I'm left with negative 3x is greater than or equal to 24. Then I have to divide by the negative 3 to get rid of it. If you ever divide or multiply by a negative number on both sides, it causes this sign to also change. So x is less than or equal to negative 6. So now I'll make the arrow again. Here's negative 6, negative 5, negative 7. So this time, x is less than or equal to 6. So it can be 6. So the circle gets filled. Then x is still less than negative 6. Less than is that way. And we're done.